Hello, everybody, and welcome back to 50 Shades of Tay. I'm Taylor Gonzalez, and my guest today plays Jake in the upcoming horror film Viral Haunt. I am so excited to welcome Jack Hoy. How are you doing today?
I'm great, thanks. How are you?
Good, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. It's been a crazy, night into morning over here in LA because everything's on fire. So it's just like nuts over here right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's been like very, very crazy over here, but I'm glad that I was able to make it to this interview because I'm very excited to talk with you about Viral Haunt.
Oh, me too, man. It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having us.
What can you tell me about your character of Jake?
Well, Jake is the leader of the group of the Haunt Hunters. Um, and he is a really narcissistic, um, nasty guy. He prioritizes fame and glory over traditional, just good values, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
So yeah, he's a really layered character, um, and yeah, seeing like the relationships between him and the other members in the group and how they differ, it's really interesting.
How did you get involved with this project?
So it's a funny story actually. Tash is my best mate's girlfriend. So she sent me a message saying that there's a role for you which we think might suit you, and would you like to audition for it? And I was like, oh yeah, this looks amazing. Like when I saw the audition pack, I was like, I would love to just watch this movie, let alone be in it. Um, so I auditioned for it, and yeah, just like crossed everything. I was like, this looks so good. And then a week later, I got a message saying we'd like to have you in the film.
Oh, that's very exciting. So, how do you know Lewis then?
Oh, so Lewis, we went to drama school for 3 years. Um,
Oh,
so he was on the acting and stage combat course, same as me. And he's just amazing, isn't he?
yeah, that's so cool. I love Lewis and I love Natasha, so that's so cool that you like know them and that you've been friends with them for, a few years. That's very exciting.
Yeah. So yeah, me and Lewis, like we go to drama school like every day for 3 years.
Oh, wow.
Uh, so it was great. He's a great guy to work with.
Oh, very cool. What was it like going to drama school with him?
It was awesome. It was a really cool experience. Drama school in general is just kind of so I came into acting quite late. So when I got into drama school, it was amazing and just kind of equipping me with this like strong foundation. So I could never have predicted like how intense or how valuable it would have been. But yeah, nothing but good thoughts.
Oh, that's cool. Do you have a favorite memory or a favorite class from when you were in drama school?
Oh, that's such a good question. Um, do you know what? It involves Lewis as well, actually. So in our third year, our final show where all the agents come along, um, we did a extract from Peaky Blinders, and he was Billy Kimber and I was Thomas Shelby. So you can imagine Lewis coming on. He's like, "Oi," and Billy Kimber, "Oi," and and then it's me as Thomas Shelby, and we just rolled up our sleeves and had a proper good fight. So I'd say that's probably the highlight. I think.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. What would you say is like the most important thing that you learned while attending drama school?
I mean, there's so much, but I would say from an because it was acting and stage combat, I'd probably say there's probably one main takeaway from acting, and then maybe one from stage combat. Um, I'd say from the acting, and it sounds like super simplistic, but it's just making sure that everything's truthful and authentic. Um, and from the stage combat side of things, I would say all the different weapon systems that we learned, and like so we were examined in 8 different weapon systems, and they all like contrasted each other really nicely. So we'd have like a double-handed broadsword or like a rapier and dagger, like Three Musketeers vibe. So it was yeah, I'd say all those different weapon systems and like their varying intensities and like time periods that they're used in. I think that really helped like develop me as like a rounded fight performer.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. I didn't even think of that you would like get to learn all the different things about the different weapon types for acting. That's like such an interesting thing to learn.
It was so cool, and it was like So a lot of graduates from my course either go down the acting route or the fight performer route. And like I've definitely gone down the acting route, but it's just nice to have that like extra string to your bow.
Yeah. Oh, that's fascinating. That wouldn't even have crossed my mind. I would just, assume people would know, but you would have to learn it because if you get handed a weapon for, a fight scene, you would have to know like what to do and how to use it. So that's really interesting.
Yeah, and honestly, like I know like we can't say too much about Viral Haunt, but there's
Mhm.
some scenes in there which kind of that background like really helped me kind of like become immersed in the character and the scene and like the scenes where the intensity is really, really high. I just feel like I drew on that skill set that I got at East 15 acting school.
Oh, that's awesome. So what made you decide to get into acting?
Oh man. So like I said, I got into it like really late. So I started acting at 18. Um Prior to that I was like an athlete, so I like played a lot of different sports at like quite a high level. But I got to 18 and I was studying a business class. And I remember I was sat in the lounge with my mum and I was like, oh, I'm just not enjoying it. And my mum was like, oh, what do you think you'd enjoy? And I was like, oh, well, yeah, I think acting would be fun. And then she was like, just run with it, like just give it a shot. So I'm from the Lake District, which is like a really rural area of northern England. So the only acting course like near me was a musical theatre course, which was 2 hour train journey away from me. So I would get on this train at like 6:53 a.m. I remember it so vividly, and then I'd get 2 hour train journey, go do musical theatre, which was like never I've never sung, I've never danced, I've never acted. Um, and I did that for 2 years. Uh, just all kind of stemmed from wanting to express myself creatively in a way that sport just wouldn't allow. And after that, I said to myself, right, I was like, okay, I really want to get into this course in this drama school, but it's really like prestigious, and I'm going to give myself 10 years to do it. And I was just really fortunate, man. I just got in first time, and it was yeah, just ran with it.
Oh, that's awesome. What is something you would do to pass the time on those long train rides?
I mean, sleep was good.
Mhm.
Sleep was good. Um, it's funny because even on my day off, I would still go in because one of the tutors, she was called Michelle from Carlisle College of the Arts. So shout out to Michelle. She would dedicate a huge portion of her lunch break on my day off to helping me with like audition materials. Um, so yeah, I'd say probably on the train journey, it was normally trying to study, especially when like the audition time period came around, just studying like monologues and just trying to get as prepared as possible.
Oh, yeah, that's very nice. You had a supportive mother to, encourage you to go and pursue acting, and then you had Michelle who was there to encourage and support you as well. So that's very cool. You had these, support systems in place.
Yeah, and it's do you know when you just feel like stuff just comes in alignment and it's just like the right timing?
Mhm.
It's you're so right. Like it just everything just kind of became in sync.
Oh, that's awesome. So talking about Viral Haunt, which I am very excited to see what Natasha and Steve have, worked on together and cooked up. Uh, how Well, okay, so you mentioned that you're like part of a group of paranormal investigators, right? So how would you describe this film to someone who has not, read about it or heard about it yet? And what would you like if someone was like, pitch me this movie, how would you describe it to them?
Okay, so I would say that it's a group of influencers who have blown up by going to these like paranormal places and making videos. And the one thing that's on their mind is that they're constantly getting a lot of backlash saying that their videos are fake and the paranormal activity, like it's disingenuine, like it's just not true. So they decide to go to a place which is really haunted to try and dispel the rumors. And this is effectively where the bulk of the movie takes place, and a lot goes down. A lot goes down. There's a lot of action in there, um, and then from more of a distance perspective, I would say that the movie, my goodness, I mean, the writing is spectacular. Like Steve and Natasha have done a phenomenal job. Like the plot is amazing. The character development is amazing. Um, and yeah, it's got such high stakes, and there's so like the plot twist. Like my goodness, like you you can't see it coming. Like honestly, like we need to watch this movie. Like it's a must watch.
Oh, very excited for it. Since this movie deals with ghosts and the paranormal, do you believe in ghosts?
Do you know what my perspective changed? Like changes. So if you asked me 10 years ago, I would have been like, no, no, definitely not. But then I don't know. You like sometimes I've done ghost tours and they'll have like a circle of like stones and stuff, and they'll be like, if anyone wants to come inside, where all like these like spirits are trapped, if you want to step inside the circle. And now I'm like, no way, like I am not going in that circle. So I think I probably do, you know. I
Mhm.
don't know if I can like put my finger on exactly what I believe in, but I definitely I'm not the kind of person to just like rule it out and just be
Right.
like, no, no, definitely not.
Yeah, no, I think I'm on the same page as you. Have you ever experienced anything supernatural yourself?
Ah, I don't know. No, and nothing jumps to mind, mate. I mean, because I'm quite ill at the moment, I've had the flu.
Oh
Do you know when you
no.
get a bit like delirious and stuff
Mhm.
like that? So, but no, nothing supernatural.
Oh man. And then I was wondering, since this is a horror film, what are some of your favorite go-to horror films?
I mean, I love the first Saw. I think
Mm.
the first Saw is like phenomenal, and I feel like it was a real trailblazer. Um, I, I mean, it's a bit of recency bias, but I just watched one on Netflix called Dark Game,
Okay.
uh, and again, it's like similar to Viral Haunt in the sense that
Mm.
it's using like this modern day like social media. I mean, this one is the dark web, so it's slightly different. Um, but I think what's really amazing, like movies like Viral Haunt, is that they probably couldn't have been made 50 years ago.
Mm.
Just because things like social media influencers and like modern technology just like wasn't like in existence.
Yeah.
Um, so I quite like movies. I do like old classics, but I like ones which kind of bring in the modern era. Um,
Yeah. No, I like that. I think that's very cool. I think my favorite like subgenre of horror is slashers. Like I love Scream and Friday the
oh,
13th
Scream,
and
so good.
all that kind of stuff. They just started yesterday, started filming Scream 7. So I'm like so excited for that.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for that. I can't wait.
So hopefully this film, A Viral Haunt, leads to future opportunities. And I was wondering, what is like a dream role for you? If there was like any kind of character or any kind of film you could be in, is there something that comes to mind for you?
So I don't know if you've seen You on
Oh
Netflix.
yeah.
Yeah, I really, really like that. And I think it kind of fits perfectly into my typecast of like romantic lead, but also psychopath type thing. So I really like that. And in all honesty, that's a good way to describe Jake in Viral Haunt. I think that's why it was such a good fit. So I would love to play a character like Joe in You.
Oh,
Um,
perfect.
and also anything to do with like the Roman age,
Mm.
uh, like any like gladiator or stuff like that. I think that would be really cool as well.
Oh yeah, those roles sound perfect. I love you. I think the final season should be coming out this year, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, I'm so excited, man.
Yeah,
So
I cannot wait
excited.
for it. But Jack, I cannot thank you enough for taking time out of your day to come and be here and join me. Everybody keep an eye out for Viral Haunt to release and check it out. But in the meantime, where's a good place for people to follow you and keep up with all your upcoming projects?
So Instagram is the best place, and it's underscore the underscore hoy underscore.
Cool. Thank you so much for being here and tell Lewis and Natasha and tell everyone I said hi when you see them next.
Yes, I absolutely will. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you and feel better too.
Yeah, thanks. I know I've been a bit delirious.
Oh, no. All right, bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.